Today we have a very powerful story. Powerful not in the sense that a man who is blind has been giving him back his sight. That is only secondary to the main message that we receive from this Word of God today. Because, let's speak honestly, it hits us all, each one of us. First me and all of us here. Because we are speaking here of someone who once has sight, who once could see, and then, unfortunately, through an accident, to whatever illness he has gone through, he finished blind. He is now on the side of the street. He is a beggar. He is a marginalized. He is not considered by the majority of the people there. They tried to shut him up. They tried to take away Jesus from him. And he kept shouting, "Son of David, Jesus, give me again the light." And Jesus asked a question that, if you remember well, it's the same question that he asked two of his disciples when we read the gospel last week. He asked them, "What do you want me to do for you?" And the two disciples answered, "We want you to give us the privilege of sitting next to you in your kingdom, one on the right and one on the left." In other words, they asked for power, they asked for prestige, they asked for special worldly exception. This man, Jesus asked him the same question. "What do you want me to do for you?" And this man said, "That I see again." The word "again" is very important, because here where we come in, we have seen in our faith, we have been blessed by being born in a Christian country, in a Christian ambience, in a Christian family. We all have received so many graces, so many gifts of faith through the sacraments, through the Eucharist that we receive. We have heard so many sermons in our lifetime. We read so many religious and Christian books. We also studied catechism classes. We did so much, and so we saw. But how many times we became blind? How many times, in spite of all this, we chose our own sinful ways of looking at things? How many times we ignored God in our life? How many times we went through our own way, and so we finished in the streets as beggars, as blind? And so Jesus is asking us again today. We have all gone through this, sometime, some way, another. Even if we still come to church, even if we still receive the sacraments, because there are certain issues in life that sin is ingrained in us, that we think that we have the answer, and not God has the answer. And so we are blind, although we see, and although we attend church, or although we receive the sacrament, we might be stuck in our selfishness. We might be stuck in our own way of looking at things. For example, by giving priorities to material things in our life, by closing our hearts to someone who has asked forgiveness, by finding it difficult to be sensitive to cries of help from other people, by closing an eye for those who need our help, by being racist and categorizing people with their color, with their faith, with their way of living. Although we still go to church, although we still go receive the sacraments, if we do not open our eyes to these things, if we don't have the eyes of Jesus to look at things as he looked in his lifetime, we remain blind. Viktor Frankl, who wrote a beautiful book after he survived Auschwitz and the concentration camp, he said, the secret of life is to be able to see life's real meaning and direction, to be people of vision, to know where God is to be found, where real truth and goodness and beauty are to be found. Sometimes God is not found in the church where we go. Sometimes God is found in your enemy, whom is calling you, who is provoking you to see how Christian response you are giving to that provocation that he is giving you. What kind of response you are giving to your enemy. It's difficult. It's difficult. But this is the way Jesus looks at things. And this is how we see light. And this is why we need to make the blind man's prayer that we see again is constant in our prayer. That we see again, that we see with the eyes of Jesus, that whatever blocks our life with God, we find a way of finding the truth and finding light. This is the message. That's why I told you, it's a very powerful message that hits us all in our most intimate life of faith. And we are here to say yes, yes God, open our eyes. We sing that hymn after communion. Change my heart, O God. Let's be open to the changes. Let's melt our heart to the Word of God, to His call, to be able to see truly and give meaning to our lives, as Viktor Frankl has asked us to do. If you happen during the week that you would like to renew, or maybe you did not understand this reflection, even if you want to see it again, maybe when you are in darkness, when you find yourself blind, remember that in our website, www.millenniumchapel.org, now you will be able to hear these words again. These are not the words I am telling you. These are the words of God. These are words that I have given to myself, that I need to hear again every now and then, because I too sometimes become blind. God bless you. Let's do the collection.